Welcome back. Today's Bible question is found in John chapter 8, verse 43, where Jesus said, "Why is my language not clear to you?" You never noticed all the questions in Scripture, did you? You never realized how many there were until we started getting into this study. Now, what I wrote in today's devotional is God is a superb communicator. So if something is not clear to you, there is some impediment in your mind preventing you from understanding what he is saying. It could be an attitude, an assumption, worry, fear, doubt, or hardness of heart. Now, are you prepared to ask the Lord to show you what it is? Are you ready to deal with it when he reveals it to you? Now let's go for a moment to Luke chapter 24. It's the story of the disciples on the Emmaus Road. And you know this story. Jesus joins them. They are walking, they're disciples. They share how disappointed they are that what had happened to Jesus. And Jesus asked them what things, and they went and told them, and he then said in verse 25, "How foolish you are, and how slow to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Did not the Messiah have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he explained to them what was said in the scriptures concerning himself. And as they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus continued on as if he were going farther, but they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening. The day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. And when he was at the table with them, he broke bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. Now, yesterday's question, we looked at Hagar and her inability to see an oasis that was right in front of her. Now, here are the disciples that couldn't recognize Jesus, even though they knew him and he was talking to them. They couldn't recognize or understand his suffering since they thought he was dead, even though they were well acquainted with him and loved him. So if that was possible for them, it's also possible for you. See if you are like the disciples in any area of your life where there is some thinking that is preventing you from seeing what God is saying or doing in your life. That's it for today. Come on back tomorrow for another question.